Yes guys, and welcome back to a brand new video guys, and in today's video guys we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Granada, in the quarterfinals, second leg guys, in the Europa League. Yes guys, let's just get straight into today's video. So we made 5 changes from the last game against Granada in the first leg. Talking about the starting 11, so we started with De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Tuanzebe, Lindelof, Telles, Fred, Matic, Greenwood, Fernandes, Pogba and Cavani. Get into the overreaction now. Yes, get in. Semi-finals, here we come. Man United sail into Europa League last 4. Bring on Roma. Tonight was all about seeing it out. There were some fantastic individual performances. We had more chances in the game, but we didn't take them. We controlled and dominated the game. We got the job done. Cavani is in fine form at the moment. Let's not bottle it now. We're in a fantastic position for silverware. Let's take it one game at a time. The defending was fantastic. We were too strong and too professional. That was a disciplined and convincing performance. First half, fantastic. Second half, average. Well done boys, that was a well-deserved win. Great performance, up the fucking Reds. Win done, clean sheet done, and through to the semi-finals. Anyway guys, let's just get straight into today's video. What did I make of the performance? I thought the performance overall was a great performance by Manchester United. It was a case of one of those games against Granada. It was the fact that, you know, we had to see this game out, get the job done against a very good team in Granada. We knew that coming into this fixture, obviously Granada, they were hopeful of pulling off an upset. I think it's all about, in this case of scenario, when you're 2-0 up on away goals, it's all about, I think it's the case of you have to win the game, try and see it out at the same time. You know what, we coped with it well. I think the first half we were absolutely brilliant. Opening 10 minutes was fantastic. I think it's always crucial for a team like in Granada that are chasing down the game, that are 2-0 down as well, coming to Old Trafford. Granada will be hoping of getting the first goal. If they get the first goal, they'll be thinking, wow, something could be up here. We need to carry on what we're doing and just keep attacking. Whereas I think it's always going to be crucial. Whoever scores the first goal has got this tie under their belts and they're safely through to the next round. We showed that. We went out there and in the first few minutes we played so well. We got the first goal. We got the crucial first goal that we needed. And we were 3-0 up, which was going to make it impossible for them to come from behind and to go and win the game, or 4-1 to knock us out. So, which that was not going to happen anyway. Fantastic performance, I thought. Great performance all round. I thought the defending in terms was fantastic. There was some fantastic individual performances in there as well, and I'll talk about that as well later into this video. It was just the case of we had to see out the game, but also at the same time win the game and also get the first goal. But I thought in the game, I thought we had some chances in the game and we didn't really take them, which was a bit annoying, and we could have easily smashed them, to be honest. And we controlled and dominated the game, to be honest, and that's what we wanted to do. That was the whole point of the game, try and control and dominate the game. We needed a disciplined performance by Man United as well. We did it convincingly well as well. I thought we were too strong, too professional for them. We got the job done. It was brilliant. We've got Roma now in the next leg. Semi-finals, here we come. We were in this position last year against Sevilla. Let's not bottle it now. We're in a good position. This is going to be a tough one against Roma in the semi-finals. First game's at home as well, so we know what we've got to do at home as well. And but yeah, fantastic all game round, and we're in a fantastic position now for silverware. We want to keep this going, and but yeah, fantastic stuff. And but yeah, brilliant. I thought the second half, you know, it was just the case of that when we were 3-0 up, just see it out now, and let's just defend this. And but the defending was fantastic all round. And I thought Tuanzebe had a fantastic game as well, which has got to be said as well. And fantastic defending. Obviously, we had players out with a few suspensions, with the likes of Maguire, Shaw, and McTominay, and they got a nice rest as well last week. So yeah, brilliant stuff. And you know, sometimes when you bring in players that have not played in a long time, sometimes they could look a bit rusty. And but I thought the players that come in had played really well, with Telles and Tuanzebe coming in and Matic as well. But yeah, I thought great performance all round, fantastic. And we're in the next round in the Europa League semi-finals. Here we come, and bring on Roma. Get into the game now. First half, I thought we came out firing in that first half. Quick, incisive football, high intensity, high tempo. We had a bright start to the game, very bright start to the game. I think that was probably the game plan, to come out and have a bright start to this game. I think it was all about get the first goal as well, and if we got the first goal in the first opening 15 minutes, I think that was the plan, then the task gets even difficult for Granada, which it did as well. And we got the first goal in the opening, opening 10 minutes, really. It was like, we've got the first goal in the opening 6 minutes. So as soon as we got that goal, it was like, well, yeah, this is us going through now. And but you know what? First half, brilliant. We came out sharp. We came out bright. The movement was quick. The passing was fantastic. High intensity, high tempo. We're playing lots of energy. We're playing with pace as well. Ollie got his right team selection, I thought, as well. I was criticising Matic and Fred at the start of the game because when we last played them together, they cost us the game, and they didn't this time. And I think, sometimes you have to play one or the other, but I thought both of them had a great game, to be honest, in the midfield there in the pivot, playing with the back six. So I thought they played fantastic. Both Matic and Fred did a job there in the midfield, but brilliant stuff in the first half, I thought. And I thought we had more chances in the first half to put them away, and we just didn't take them, unfortunately. I think going back to it, if I can recall, I think maybe Greenwood might have had a chance as well, and we came close of scoring more goals in the first half, but we just couldn't take our chances, unfortunately. And then in the second half, we went into that half, I think, more or less it was all about defend this, let's see this out, and let's not make any F-ups, and I think we did it really well. I think first half, I think it was really once we were 3-0, once we were 1-0 up in the game, 3-0 up on aggregate. I think that's the case of when you go into the second half, it's all about let's just see this out and defend it well. And we stayed compact, we kept it tight at the back, we made it difficult for them. But at the same time, I thought Granada had some very good chances in the game, came close, tested De Gea a few times. De Gea dealt with it well, and De Gea made some fantastic saves in the game. And it seems like, with Henderson playing in the Premier League now, it seems like Henderson's being our number one in the Premier League, and De Gea is our number two now, playing in the Europa League games now. So, at least both keepers are getting game time now as well. So, it's fantastic. Second half was a bit boring, not much action in it, and but it was well below par. It was average, but I think you expected that, to be honest, because of where we were in the tie, with being 1-0 up in the game, 3-0 up on aggregate, and it's the case of let's see this out now. Let's not fuck this up, and let's just get through to the next round. And I think it's always the case of the defending. I thought the defending was fantastic. We stayed in shape, we were organised, kept it tight and compact at the back, and we never made a mistake. And that was the game plan as well. Keep it tight and compact at the back, and that's what we did. And defensively, we were rock solid at the back. Didn't make a single mistake. Maybe a few slip ups here and there. We did make a few mistakes in the game though, which we sort of corrected in the game as well. I think we sort of sometimes, gave away the ball cheaply as well. And we sort of keep doing this here and there in games as well, where we give the ball away cheaply as well. So we always seem to do that in every game, but then we sort of correct ourselves in the second half. But no, I think the second half, it was an okay second half. I don't think it was that overall impressive, but second half, we won the second half, and 1-0, and we got another goal in the closing minutes. Mata claimed it, but more or less it was Tellez's goal because he got the assist. It was an own goal, and 4-0 on aggregate, 2-0 in the game, and 2-0 away from home, 2-0 at home, and that was Granada put to bed. And but yeah, fantastic game all round. And we're in the semi-final now in the Europa League. Let's not bottle this. We're in a fantastic position now for silverware. I don't want us to fuck this up now, and I think Ollie doesn't want to fuck this up now, because we're now in a fantastic position now for silverware. Bring on Roma. We know that it's going to be tough. We know it's going to be difficult, but we also know that Roma are probably the easier footballing side than Ajax, and we're in a good position now. Let's not fuck this up now. We're in a fantastic position, and let's bring on Roma over. And let's bring on Roma now. Looking forward to this one against Roma, because we know it's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult, and but let's try hopefully beat Roma over the next two legs, and let's get into that final of that Europa League as well. Great performance last night against Granada. That was a nice and easy 2-0 win, 4-0 on aggregate, but Granada did give us a game. Was it the case of seeing it out and get the job done, or go out there and win the game? I think it's a bit of both, to be honest, if you ask me. I think it's a bit of both. You always have to go out there and win the game, and even at 2-0, you know it's not comfortable, because, you know, in these sort of weird times in football, especially we're in this pandemic, and you think, right, well, we're in this situation where we saw Tottenham get beat by, and you saw what happened to Tottenham. They were 2-0 up at home as well, out the blue. You know, their opponents scored 3 goals as well. So I think in these weird times, and you know, you've got to make sure you have to go out there and win the game. You always have to. Considering that, you know, you're 2-0 up after 2 away goals, you've been to Spain, you've got a job done there in Spain, but it's only just half done. It's only half time. The tie's only half done. You're halfway there, so really the tie's not over until you've heard that final whistle, really. So, but you know, it was the case of we had to go out there and win the game, and it was all about seeing it out as well. So it's a bit of both. You always have to go out and win the game, and we won the game against Granada, home and away. And I think it was like I said before, it was always the case of, I think if we got the first goal in that game, it was more or less our tie. Granada were not going to come back and score 4 goals. They were not going to beat us 4-1. So, and then once we scored the second one, then that's it. It's Granada out. So, but fair play to Granada of how far they've come into the Europa League. You know, I think this was the first time in European football. You've got to give them where the credit's due. They've got to a quarter-final in the Europa League, and they'll hope now. Go on, Man United, go and win it, and go and prove us that we've got beaten by the champions of the Europa League. So, yeah, no, it's always the case of seeing it out in these type of situations, but at the same time, you have to go out there and win the game. You know, 2-0 at home, it's half done. You have to go out there and get the win, and you know. And imagine if they scored the first goal, then you're expecting a reaction from our players as well. So, but I said this, and I think in my last video as well, and I just could not see the quality in that Granada team to pull off an upset. And I know they've got a few Premier League players like Soldado, Kennedy, and but I just don't think they had the quality to try to beat us. But it's also the case of, you know, we had to see it out, and get the job done. But at the same time, you have to go out there and win the game. And it's a bit of both, and in football as well, it can change like this. And but we did it well, and we got the first goal, crucial first goal in games like this, and we got the first goal. We knew the tie was ours, and you know, we kept it tight and compact at the back. Didn't make a single mistake. Defending was fantastic. We saw it out, and we deserve where we are at the minute in the semi-final of the Europa League against Roma. Bring it on at the end of the day. Edinson Cavani's in fine form at the minute. That's now 2 goals in 2 games. What did I make of Cavani's performance last night? He was fantastic once again. I think Cavani, he's been brilliant. With Cavani, he's obviously an injury prone. It'll be nice to keep Cavani on. Players like Cavani with his movement in the box, it's fantastic, because nobody cannot read this guy. His movement's fantastic around the box. And that's why we need a player in Edinson Cavani. He brings us that movement. His movement and awareness is fantastic. It showed it, and Pogba played a part in his goal as well. It just goes to show that Cavani is a real team player. He brings a lot, and I thought Cavani's performance last night against Granada was fantastic. That's what you need in a striker. He's a number 9, he's a proper number 9 as well. He knows what it's all about. He's 34 years old, but he still knows what he's doing. His movement's fantastic in and around the box, and he's still got it. At the age of 34, you've got to give the guy where the credit's due. Scored another one against Burnley the other night as well. Fantastic. Once again, Cavani, fine form at the minute. He should have had 2 goals though against Tottenham the other day, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Only got 1 goal. Injury prone, but he's slowly but surely getting there. And he's a real team player, and hopefully he can bring us more of those type of performances, hopefully next season, if he signs that contract. That's the 5th semi-final for Man United in 2 years. We now face AS Roma in the semi-final. What qualities will they bring? And what do I expect from Roma? I expect a tough game and difficult game against Roma. You know, we always know coming into a semi-final in the last 4, it's difficult, it's tough. We know that going to Italy is going to be difficult as well. But I think with us being at home first, we'd like to get this tie over and done with in the first leg. get it done at Old Trafford, and then we don't need to do much going away from home against Roma. I'm expecting a tough game, difficult game against Roma. Obviously a few ex-Man United players in there, the likes of Mkhitaryan and Chris Smalling, so they'll be coming back to Old Trafford as well next week. Obviously with also Dzeko as well. And we know what he's going to bring as well. Once again, they've got a few Premier League players in there, and we're going to have to be ready for these type of players. I'm expecting a tough one, a difficult one against Roma. It's not going to be easy, it's going to be tough obviously. Obviously Pedro as well, they used to play for Chelsea as well, El Shaarawy as well. I think they've got some quality players in there, Mkhitaryan as well, Vertut as well, Pellegrini as well. But it's going to be a tough one. But we have to be ready for this one against Roma and Smalling as well. I think the qualities that they're going to bring, I think they're going to bring a lot of firepower with them. They've got something about them. They're going to defend properly as a team. They're going to try and soak up the pressure, hit us on the counter-attack, like typical Italian teams do. Slow paced as well, so they're going to take the time as well. And we have to be ready for this one against Roma. Never easy against Italian teams. We got through against one against AC Milan. We all thought that was going to be difficult and tough. But I think with this one against Roma, I think it's going to be more tougher. But we know that these are probably an easier footballing side to go and beat and knock out in a semi-final clash as well, in the Europa League as well. The way how we've come so far now in this Europa League to get into a semi-final against Roma, it'd be nice to knock these out and then get into the final. We know what qualities they're going to bring. They're going to defend well, they're going to attack well, and we have to be ready mentally, physically. We have to prepare well for this game, and we have to be on it from minute 1 to minute 90. The mentality has to be right on the day. I expect a tough one against Roma, difficult one, difficult over 2 ties as well. It'd be nice to do this tie over on one leg at Old Trafford. If we get the tie done at Old Trafford, fantastic. Then we're in the final of the Europa League then. Who was my man of the match? This is probably going to surprise you. I know who my man of the match is. I won't reveal to you yet, and I'm going to go through the players that had a good game as well. I thought De Gea had a good game. I thought he made some fantastic saves in the game. Wan-Bissaka, I thought he had a good game as well. Tuanzebe had a fantastic game. Lindelof had a good game as well. Telles had a good game. Fred and Matic, I thought they were not going to be that great in the midfield. Fantastic, both fantastic in the game. Greenwood a little bit quiet, I thought. Bruno got in the act, I thought Bruno had a good game. Pogba had a good game. Cavani had a really good game as well. You know what? I'm going to give this to Tuanzebe. My man of the match is going to be Tuanzebe. Why? Because I thought he had a fantastic game. He defended well, fantastic defending. With a defender that's got pace as well. A defender that knows what he's doing as well. It's nice to see Tuanzebe get some minutes as well, especially when you've got Maguire out as well. He's done a really good job with Maguire being suspended. Tuanzebe's done fantastic. He had a fantastic game. He was brilliant. His defending was fantastic. Tuanzebe's going to be my man of the match. He was fantastic in the full 90 minutes as well, and he deserves to be my man of the match. How do we beat AS Roma in the semi-final first leg? Now, coming into this game against Roma, this is going to be a difficult one. It's going to be a tough one. We're in the semi-final now against Roma over 2 legs now. The first leg's at Old Trafford as well. And I think Roma are going to be thinking, and especially with a couple of ex-Man United players and a couple of ex-Premier League players, they're going to think, right, well, this is our time to shine now. This is our time to cause an upset, to go to Old Trafford and to go and get a couple of away goals as well. So Roma are going to be coming away from home. If they get that crucial away goal, we're going to be in the shit. It's the fact that we have to go out into this game and have a quick and bright start, like what we did against Granada. Quick and bright start, quick incisive football, high intensity, high tempo. We have to push them back. We have to get in between the lines. We have to capitalise on their mistakes as well. I'm expecting a good game against these lot. They're going to be tough. They're going to be difficult. They're going to try and break us down. They're going to put 10 men behind the ball as well. So that's going to make it tough for us. And we have to go out there and stretch them out. We don't have to open up the game, but when the game opens up, we need to sort of settle down the game. They're going to put 10 men behind the ball, defend well, and that's what we need to do as well. But they're going to make a few mistakes, and we need to try and capitalise on their stupid mistakes as well. But it's the fact that we have to get between the lines. We have to be quick in the transition as well. We have to be ready for this one against Roma. This is a tough tie now against Roma. They're coming to Old Trafford. They've got a couple of games before they play us as well. They've got 3 games. And I can confirm one of those 3 games, they've already lost one as well. They lost to Torino on the weekend as well. And they've still got to play Atalanta during the week and Cagliari as well before our game as well. So they've got to play 3 games before us, and we've only got 2. We're lucky to have 2 games before this game as well, and we've got more time to sort of prepare for this game as well. I'm looking forward to this tie against Roma. It's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult. We have to be mentally on it from the get-go. We have to prepare properly as well. physically, mentally, it's going to be a tough one, but we need to get the right mindset as well. I've written a couple of things down as well. They're going to try and put 10 men behind the ball, and it's going to make it harder for us to go and break them down, and that's where we need to go and stretch them out in the game. They like to do the overlap a little bit as well, and that's where Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka need to be defensively on it and offensively on it as well. They're going to try and get the ball out wide as well, and their defence is not organised as well when you sort of put the ball over the... I think it's always crucial, and this is what they cannot deal with as well. If we put the ball over the top, they cannot deal with that as well, and the defence was not organised. We have to try and get in between the lines as well, and Roma are quick when Roma have got possession as well, they are quick in transition as well. So we have to be ready defensively, offensively. We've got to be there as well. I think we need to keep it tight. We need to stay compact and keep it tight at the back, especially playing with the back six of McTominay and Fred if they do start. And but it's always going to be crucial. I think McTominay is going to be the person that's going to have to go and close down the midfield in Roma as well. That I think at the end of the day, McTominay's got a job to do. He's got a lot. He's got to have to go and close down. Their midfield in as I bring this up now as well of their midfield. So he's going to have to go and close down players and he's going to have to try and stop the ball and McTominay's going to have to try and stop the ball. To Vertu and Diarra getting the ball out wide to Mkhitaryan and Pellegrini. But what they do is with their front three, they've got Dzeko up top, but then they've got two in behind. And what they're going to do here in the two in behind is they've dropped back deeper so they can receive the ball earlier, and then they can try be quick in the transition to go and push back the fullbacks and to go and hit teams on the break. And that's what they're going to try and do as well. So it's important that McTominay stops that ball coming through to Pellegrini and Mkhitaryan as well. So they have to really do a job defensively, and we need to, we have to stretch them out, and the midfield needs to stop them on the break as well. And that's what we have to do against this Roma team. They're going to be difficult. They're going to be difficult. And I think when we get the chances in the game, we have to go and take our chances and be clinical. And you have to take your chances. When we get the chances in the final third, you have to go and take those chances. If we have the moments in our game, be patient. The chances are going to come, and when the chances come, we have to take those chances against Roma. Getting to the goals now. First goal, Matic passed the ball to Bruno. Bruno passed the ball to Tellez. Tellez puts in a fantastic cross into the box. Pogba heads it, and Cavani hits it on the volley and scores for 1-0. Second goal, Mata runs, cuts back inside, passed the ball to Tellez in space. Tellez puts in a fantastic cross in, and the Granada player heads it in his own goal. Getting to the stats now, possession for Man United, it was 58.8%, and for Granada it was 41.2%. Goals for Man United, it was 2, and for Granada it was 0. Total shots for Man United, it was 9, and for Granada it was 11. Shots on target for Man United, it was 2, and for Granada it was 3. Shot accuracy for Man United, it was 22.2%, and for Granada it was 27.3%. Shots inside the box for Man United, it was 6, and for Granada it was 5. Shots outside the box for Man United, it was 4, and for Granada it was 5. Total passes for Man United, it was 594 passes, and for Granada it was 391 passes. The pass accuracy for Man United, it was bang on 86%, and for Granada it was 79.5%. Getting to the substitutions now, Pogba went off of Van der Beek. Talk about Paul's performance. The headed assist for Edison Cavani was deliberate and just as technical. Magnificent, harshly but a talismanic form again. Sensibly substituted at the pause. Cavani went off for James. Talk about Edison's performance. A fine finish for his second goal in as many games to ensure smooth passage through the semi-finals. Could have had a second. Fernandes went off a Mata. Talk about Bruno's performance. Volleyed a half chance over and bungled other good openings. Pointlessly played on beyond the 70th minute mark. Greenwood went off a Diallo. Talk about Mason's performance. Got into auspicious openings, but his execution was often wary. Should have converted Donny van der Beek's cross. Wan-Bissaka went off of Williams. Talk about Aaron's performance. There are moments where if United had a proactive right back, they might have been played in for a go at goal, but Wan-Bissaka remains reluctant. Next up, we've got Roma in the first leg. This is going to be a tough one against Roma, definitely for sure. The 7th in the table in the Serie A as well. And they've got to play 3 games before they play us as well. They've lost to Torino on the weekend. They've yet to play Atalanta during the week. And before they play us, they've got Cagliari on the weekend. We have to be ready against Roma. They've got to play 3 games before us. We've only got 2 games to play before them as well. We have to be ready for this on the day. Physically, mentally, we have to go in with the right mentality, the right mindset. The first leg is at Old Trafford. They're going to come into this game, I think, with confidence, or they'll be hopeful of getting a result. I don't want us to concede that away goal, because if we concede that away goal, the tie gets tougher when we go away from home. The fact that we have to go at Old Trafford, get the job done at Old Trafford, and if we can seal out a nice 2-0 win at home, then we're in a very good position of getting to the final then. And then it's all about the fact that the defence has got to do their job defensively, offensively, keep it tight and compact at the back. Our midfield needs to go and close down their midfield, and defensively we've got to do our job. When we get the chances, we have to take our chances, and this Roma team, they're going to come to win. They're going to come to win. They'll want that away goal to change the whole tie as well. They want that away goal to change the whole dynamic of this tie. We have to be on it defensively, offensively. Do not concede that away goal, because then it gets tougher then for us to go away from home, to go and score in Italy as well. Get the job done at Old Trafford. We're in the final then of the Europa League. Get the job done. Do not concede at home. Get the job done here, and it's over. We're in the final then as well. Ollie needs to pick the right team, put the players in the right positions. He needs to balance the team out right. The structure in the team needs to be right. We need depth in the team, and he needs to select the right formation for the game. So far, Roma are scoring 2.2 goals per game. So far, Roma are conceding 0.8 goals per game. So they're not conceding a lot of goals, and they're defending really well at the minute. And I think it's also the fact that we have to get the ball out wide, in space, look for the player in space, to go and attack that space as well. Roma have the 10th worst defence in the Serie A. In the Europa League, Roma have won 9, drawn 2, and they've lost 1. And they've lost away from home as well, against CSK Sofia 3-1. This will be the 7th meeting against AS Roma, and we've got a fantastic record against Roma at home as well. 4 games won, we've drawn 1, and we've lost 1 as well. Can we do what we did at home to Roma when we beat them 7-1? I hope fucking so. The last time Man United beat AS Roma was on Wednesday the 9th of April 2008, and it ended 1-0 to United. The last time Man United lost to Roma was on Wednesday the 4th of April 2007, and it ended 2-1 to Roma. The players to look out for is Lopez, Karsdorp, Apentes, Smalling, Sanson, Reynolds, Fazio, Mancini, Crasantine, Californi, Pellegrini for 2, Zaniolo, Pastore, Diawara, Mkhitaryan, Jacko, Pedro, Morale, and El Shawari. Hope you guys are enjoying another video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in a video in the next couple of days. And peace.